Welcome. Indeed. This is Mirror Domains, and we are taking a look at the new Superman image that just was released a couple days ago. And Superman, there he is, in all his glory. David Cornsweat. This is a new image. July 11th, guys. What do you think? Yeah, we've seen it. Looks good. It looks crisp. I like the color grading. Looks very Superman-ish. Looks like it to me. I don't know why this page just keeps on saying something wrong. I don't know why. Talking about the trailer and stuff that came out, we'll take a look at that too. So, guys, this is a movie news show, live stream, where we'll talk about the new Superman stuff. Mission Impossible comes out today, and I'll be seeing it at 3:30. So, pay attention for my little quick review for that coming out maybe really late today, like 11 p.m.-ish. And then I'm working all day tomorrow, so that's why we're doing the movie news today. Because, hey, those are the breaks. But let's take a look at that Superman thing again. July 11th. And we'll talk about all the upcoming movies now here for summer, June and July, that are going to be like big. Because Superman, I think, is going to be huge. I think it has the potential, not confirmed though, that it could make $1 billion. It really depends on the execution of the story. And it's James Gunn, so in James Gunn, he's proven that he can put things in there that add heart to it. Like even the Suicide Squad. The bad guy, Starro, right? I was happy floating, looking at the stars. Yeah. Rachel Brosnahan is going to be the main draw for me. But the trailer, the second trailer, looks solid. We did do a reaction for it, so it's up on the channel right now. I think these two have got some great chemistry that's going to pay off well. And really looking forward to it. So I was told in the trailers who these people are. This is Rick Flag Sr., right? This is, oh God, you're drawing a blank on that guy's name. Why? You should know Tony Grillo, right? That's Tony Grillo. And then this is their super soldier kind of thing that they manufactured. And they all work for Lex Luthor, right? The engineer or something is what she's called, right? There's Lex. I think that casting is great. Building falls over. Yeah. I think that this big monster fight is probably going to be the beginning of the movie. It's just going to help us establish that, okay, there's Superman, he's going to be fighting a big monster, and then maybe he'll get messed up a little bit. I don't know. Something will I think this is like the middle of the film. Because this whole thing where Lex comes in with the engineer or whatever and destroying the Fortress of Solitude feels like a very midpoint of, okay, the good guy and bad guy talk to each other and we know the threat level now kind of thing. And actually, I feel like this is probably the final shot of the movie. This is kind of finally saying these two are together and... hey, I got to go put on my boots again and fight the big cosmic things that are going to be threatening our universe. Wait, is she actually... She's really short, right? Looks, there's her foot, but there's the floor. She jump up on him? I don't know. And I do suspect that maybe they did change the lore a little bit. I think that maybe it was the mother that died instead of the father. Or this is a flashback, maybe. I don't know. They said it wasn't going to be an origin story. And I've seen people like complain about Guy Gardner there. I think Nathan Fillion is going to be fantastic as Green Lantern. People were complaining that, oh, his powers really don't work like that. And it's like, people are wanting to attack it for everything. And I think it's mostly the Snyderverse fans that have beefs with it. That's Isabella Merced, right? Is that who that is? Hawk Girl? Oh, what's that? Selfie? And I think that's Lex Luthor in his armor, right? Yeah. So, along with the second trailer that came out like last week, guys, the new image, I don't know why it keeps on saying you can't look at it. There it is. Good stuff. All right. So, let's talk about the movies coming out this week. Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. I'm seeing it at 3:30. Our lives are the sum of our choices. Tom Cruise is Ethan Hunt in his Mission Impossible final. What kind of a synopsis is this? Our lives are the sum of our choices. This is I think a good showcase of an exhibit, if you will, of saying that the movie star is dead. The movie property, they're billing this all on the Mission Impossible name and Tom Cruise, and audiences are done with that. Now, I'm not saying that he's not a movie star. He definitely is. He may be like the last movie star, but that's not enough to draw you to the film. This movie comes out today. No buzz. I think it was a huge mistake in making these final two movies as a two-parter. And these movies are too long. 2 hours and 49 minutes. It's too long. And we'll see. I do want to give it a fair shake. But I can barely remember what the premise was from the last one. Esai Morales was the bad guy, right? Bomb Clementieff. She's awesome. Kittredge is back. Hannah Waddingham, Admiral Neely, Captain Bledsoe, Trammell Tillman, Shea Wiggum, Angela Bassett. So, good cast. I'm a huge Haley Atwell fan, so that's one of the reasons that I'll be watching this. There's Haley right there. Apparently she had like a kid in between these two movies or something that nobody seemed to catch on. There's Hannah. She's awesome too. All right. Are we looking forward to this? What's the tomato? Ooh, 79%. That's not that good. 79%. It's certified fresh though, James. 221 reviews. It just feels like it's totally out of gas, doesn't it? Once Cruise and Macquarie expunge all the Ozymandias from their systems, the Final Reckoning manages to deliver the goods, or at least make a decent case that Cruise has earned the right to become his own biggest champion. Final Reckoning produces some of the razzle-dazzle you're used to, but is drawn out with nonsense that feels like filmmakers struggling with what to make of what they've created and how neatly wrapped up. So that's an interesting take. I have no idea what he just said. It just kind of went over my head. I didn't absorb a damn thing of what that guy said. One can admire its effort to tie up not just the entity plotline, but the entire MI series, as well as Cruise's absolute commitment to his heroic role. But bloated as it is, The Final Reckoning is a disappointing finale to the franchise. Oh, okay. Well, that makes a little bit more sense. I don't know. Are you guys looking forward to this? Or are you looking forward to Lilo and Stitch instead? 74%. See, 74% is rotten? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. 74, 79. So if that came down another 4 percentages, are you saying that it would be rotten? No, it's still fresh, right? Why is that not certified fresh? Or is it the 75% certified fresh level? Because if it was Ron, it would be green, right? That's how it works, right? Lilo and Stitch also comes out this week. I'll see it on Sunday because I'm working all Friday, and then I have to go out of town on Saturday. So if I see it, then I'll see, or I might have to wait to Cheap Tuesday. Because next Monday, I'm going to a screening for a mystery movie, which I think is going to be another advanced screening. No, there is no advanced screening. I thought there was. Certainly it's not Tuesday. No. Is it Saturday? The last rodeo? Oh, I thought there was another advanced screening. I guess not. Because the Karate Kid Legends. I thought Karate Kid Legends was going to have an advanced screening. I guess I'm going to miss out on that one. Bummer. Oh well. So Karate Kid Legends comes out next week, and Bring Her Back, that horror movie. That one, Bring Her Back, which I saw this week because of an advanced screening. I think people will like that one. Philippou Brothers seem to be putting together a small catalog here of interesting horror movies, different in flavor, different in tone, and that should be good stuff. All right. Yeah, a sneak preview, Monday Mystery Movie. Anyway, what else is coming out this summer, guys? On top of that, so next week is, Bring Her Back, Karate Kid Legends, and then after that, we've got a Dogma re-release, okay. Dogma Resurrected. From the world of John Wick, The Ballerina comes out early June. Life of Chuck is the one that I'm looking forward to. That's that Mike Flanagan movie, right? With an ensemble cast. Tom Hiddleston, Mark Hamill. The Phoenician Scheme expands. The Ritual. Dan Stevens, Al Pacino in a possession movie. I don't expect that one to do all that well. Those exorcism movies just don't seem to fare well that much anymore, because I think people are just done. They're tired of the kid that's possessed and talking in a weird demonic voice. It's just overplayed. And I think a lot of people don't have a lot of patience for Wes Anderson, for the Phoenician Scheme. I do. I'll be checking that one out. Deep Cover, June 13th, How to Train Your Dragon live action. That's the one that I want to see. Because I like the animated one, but I want to see how well that one does. The Materialists. That one I'm not, that's a rom-com, right? Dakota Johnson, Pedro Pascal, Chris Evans. She's like a date matchmaker, right? And then you see that she gets enamored by Pedro Pascal, but her old boyfriend, Chris Evans, is still in the picture, and she's going to be having a struggle, and finally, with the last act of the movie, she'll realize that she really loves Chris Evans and that they are meant to be together. We've seen that movie 1,000 times. The Unholy Trinity also comes up. That's that Pierce Brosnan, Samuel L. Jackson Western, right? I like Brosnan. I like Samuel L. Jackson. Just never really heard that much about that one. Next. 28 years later is in June as well. That's on my must-see list of the year. We know that one has got great potential. Danny Boyle comes back for that. Bye from the live chat says, hey, Bride Hard. No. Elio. Anime fans will look forward to that. Everything's going to be great. June 27th is the F1 movie. That's when I'll be booking my IMAX ticket to that one because I want to see that on the biggest screen possible. And we know that Kosinski can deliver that kind of spectacle because of Top Gun Maverick, right? And I hope it does well. I really do. But I think F1's going to really struggle to make its money back because of the bloated budget of 350 million or so. And Megan 2.0 comes out as well. I thought I pulled a headline from Megan, actually. Yeah, Megan 2.0 is more of an action comedy with horror DNA thrown in there. And we saw that play out a little bit in the official trailer, where it didn't look like, okay, it's the scary doll trying to kill you kind of thing anymore. It's more like Terminator, right? Terminator 2, where they put her back together to fight this other evil robot. And I don't know if that switch to comedy, action comedy, will work for people. I don't know. It may. It may. Uh, hey, it worked for Terminator, except Terminator was more of an T2 was much more of an action film than a horror, right? Where T1 could be seen as a horror movie. It has been done before, many times. Mostly unsuccessfully, though. It takes a skilled director like James Cameron to pull something like that off. Because he's done it. Not only with T2 and with Aliens, right? First one was more of a horror, and then he turned it more into an action kind of thing. So it's possible. It really is possible. Megan comes out the same week as F1. That'll be a good weekend at the box office, I think. Coming out in July, we have the Jurassic World Rebirth. Yes, and that one is in my most anticipated because of that last trailer. That last trailer really did a good job of selling that movie. And then we've got Old Guard 2 on Netflix. We will be doing a full live reaction to that one for sure. This is Spinal Tap re-release. Superman comes out July 11th. We just talked about that. So Jurassic World will only have 1 week before Superman comes out. 2 big movies fighting for box office cheddar. July 18, Eddington, the small Ari Aster film that's kind of divided fans at Cannes Film Festival. If you are an Ari Aster diehard fan, the guy can take a movie of him taking a dump for 2 hours, and you'll be like, oh, that's a masterpiece. I liked, and I still think Hereditary is his best work. I think it's something that gets better with age. But he's been kind of like on this downhill trajectory because Midsummer was okay. Some stuff in there worked for me, but it was a bit too long. And then Beau Was Afraid just totally crapped the bed. So there you go. Eddington. I'm still curious about his work, though. It says he's not batting 100. What directors are, though, James? Christopher Nolan. That's not fair. Well, Denis Villeneuve is also batting pretty high. I Know What You Did Last Summer, remake, also comes out that weekend. Looking forward to that. Just out of morbid curiosity. I like the I Know What You Did Last Summer movies. I never saw the third one, the straight to DVD version, or whatever that's called. Smurfs, not all that interested. Fantastic Four also comes out in July. So that's gonna be big month, man. July is just stacked. And I think I am slowly starting to be swayed to be wanting to watch Fantastic Four. Then Oh Hi also comes out. I want to see what was this? Iris and Isaac's first romantic weekend getaway goes awry in a most unexpected way. That's that girl from Thunderbolts, right? She played the personal assistant, and she was also in what the heck was that movie last year? Getaway Driver or something like that. Or she's good. She's got presence. Stand-up performance there in Thunderbolts. which I saw Thunderbolts twice now in theaters, and I really enjoyed it. Geraldine Viswanathan. I got to take a look at what's that movie that she was in. Driveway Dolls. Yeah, that's it. Driveway Dolls. That was with Margaret Qualley, right? A small indie movie, an hour and 24 minutes. Comedy. They come across a case that has mobsters after it and stuff like that. Anyway, next. Happy Gilmore is out on Netflix that weekend as well. Together. I think it's Together. That's that horror movie, right? Together. Alison Brie, Dave Franco. Best horror movie of the year. Is that where they're tied together or something? With a move to the countryside already testing the limits of a couple's relationship, a supernatural encounter begins an extreme transformation of their love, their lives, and their flesh. Okay. Interesting. Together. So they get sewn together or they get tied together in some kind of hostage situation or something? I don't know. I guess I should probably watch the trailer. It's from Neon. August. Bad Guys 2, the Naked Gun reboot. That one I'm curious about. I really like the first 3 Naked Gun movies, and I like the TV series from The Files of Police Squad. Sketch, August 6th. Weapons. Weapons is the one that we're looking forward to as well. Zach Krieger, right? He did Barbarian. His follow-up, Weapons. Freakier Friday also comes out August. Nobody 2. Americana, we did a trailer reaction for that. Honey Don't. What the heck is Honey Don't? That's Splitsville. I don't know what that is. Oops. Honey Don't, Margaret Qualley, and Aubrey Plaza. Well, then you sold me right there just by those 2. Oh, no, I saw this trailer. Yeah, and Chris Evans is kind of like a preacher kind of thing. Aubrey Plaza is so awesome. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. Splitsville, huh? Adria Arjona. Dakota Johnson. Well, I'll watch anything with Adria. She's awesome. We just watched her in Andor, right? What's this about? When Ashley asks for a divorce, the good-natured Carrie runs to his friends, Julie and Paul, for support. Their secret to happiness is an open marriage, that is, until Carrie crosses the line and throws all of the relationships into chaos. Adria, I think, deserves big stardom. She's fantastic. She's got that extra gear of just, and that's the extra gear is what I'm talking about. That it's like a separating thing between big screen actors and TV acting. Because TV acting, okay, I can deliver this line. It's going to sound natural. It's going to sound okay for what the TV show is supposed to be. But you don't have to feel that performance so much, right? You don't have to project that feeling through the screen, and that's what I think makes the difference between a TV actor and a big screen actor, because you have to add so much more weight to the material that you're delivering. That's like that extra gear of acting. Adria can do that because we've seen her do that in Hitman, and we've seen her do it even in the TV shows Andor, where you just saw that extra little, like you could feel the pain in her eyes, right? Anyway, that's enough of the Adria's appreciation. I don't know what I was going on there. Telluride Film Festival, Caught Stealing, and Toxic Avenger Unrated. Are we finally going to get that release? Toxic Avenger. And then the film festival, TFF, Toronto Film Festival, September. We're going to have to maybe go to Toronto this year. I said that last year, though. Yeah, it is what it is. Let's go on to some other headlines. Where are we at? 26 minutes. Is there trouble brewing on the set of David O. Russell's Madden? Yeah. So there's Nicolas Cage as John Madden. I don't know how that's going to work. And then Christian Bale. With his... the guy that used to announce with him. The actor claims that Russell used the N-word during a scene and pushed for full frontal nudity in the locker room sequence. What? TMZ reports. Oh, well, it's TMZ. If you don't know who O. Russell is, he's done things like American Hustle, right? With Bale, and what was the last one people didn't like? Amsterdam. Which I liked mostly because Taylor Swift was in it and she helped kick that off very well. But yeah, I've also heard that he's a notorious hard person to work with. Difficult. And a lot of actors forgo that because they get pushed to do as much as they can, right? And they see, well, was the pain worth it? Was the pain worth it to get the art out? I don't know. Crew members say the same actor had clashed with Russell on the previous day. Oh, was this? Did he get a beef with Christian Bale? Bale apparently is no prized peach himself. That a supporting actor. Okay. Walked off set. But everything I hear about Nicolas Cage, though, he always brings it when he shows up to a set. Even a smaller film like Willy's Wonderland, he's always showing up prepared and has got ideas as to how to approach scenes and stuff. Like I hear great stuff about Cage. Bale, we've all heard the tape of him screaming at some gaffer on the Dark Knight. we've heard that. Okay, next. Shaun of the Dead star Simon Pegg gives the best answer yet as to why the classic zombie comedy doesn't have a sequel. Well, because it's not a comedy. It's more of a drama. It's got one funny sequence, and that's it. James, everybody loves Shaun of the Dead. I'm sorry. I was sold that it was the funniest movie ever. And it's more of a buddy kind of situation between these two. And guys, I'm serious. It's more of a drama. It is. And that doesn't mean that a drama can't have laughs in it, but I was sold a bill of goods. Funniest movie ever. I wanted to be laughing, and I wasn't laughing for a good part of the movie. Maybe if you framed it differently, I would have. But Shaun of the Dead, apparently, no. I think it's best left alone, Peg says, yeah. I don't expect that one to have that much traction anyway. Greenland Migration receives official rating from MPA. I'm not a big fan of the Greenland movie because when we did a trailer reaction to it, the company that owned it gave everybody copyright strikes, and our channel here got a strike from it. But I am a Gerard Butler fan, and I'm a Morena Baccarin fan. Really big. So, okay, filmed last year, now received a rating for some strong violence, bloody images, and action. The Garrett family must leave the safety of the Greenland bunker after the comet Clark decimated the Earth, and the family embarks on a harrowing journey across wasteland Europe to find a new home. So maybe, I don't know, I would say let's do a full movie reaction to it, but if they strike me for that, they might strike. If they strike me for the trailer reaction, they might strike me for all of that. It's dicey ground. Practical Magic 2, Joey King joins Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman in the cast. Cool. I am a huge Joey King fan. I think she's great. Even in the lower budget, not really liked movies like Slender Man. What was that one with the box? It was like a wish box, right, where you can ask for a wish, and then it kills somebody to grant you that wish or something like that. Uh, Something like that. But she was really good in Bullet Train. So Practical Magic sequels. A lot of people are really looking forward to this. I like Sandra. I like Nicole. I thought there was a very interesting premise. I like witches. I do. Plot details have yet been revealed. But you know who else needs to join this cast? Who would make it would be like a home run? Keanu Reeves. Put Keanu Reeves in there as a love interest for Sandra. Then that you guys, you don't realize how much of a big yes, please, that would be for a whole bunch of people. Because if you can't make Speed 3, they've got fantastic chemistry. They do. Lake House. Next. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein is an incredibly emotional movie. Well, I don't doubt that, because even his Pinocchio, it tugged on me on the heartstrings, right? We reacted to that. It was a great movie, too. That's the only Pinocchio movie that I'll watch from now going forward. Good voice acting. And Frankenstein, I think it got pushed to next year, right? It was supposed to come out this year, but it got pushed to early next year, right? Mia Goth, Oscar Isaac, Jacob Elordi, Christoph Waltz, Charles Dance, Ralph Ineson. I still would have liked to have seen Andrew Garfield as the monster, but I think Jacob Elordi will do fine. While it can, Toro said that somebody asked me the other day about his Frankenstein has have really scary scenes. For the first time, I consider that it's an emotional story for me. It's a personal, it's anything. I'm asking a question about being a father, being a son. I'm not doing a horror movie ever. I'm not trying to do that. Well, that's fine. I find that the Frankenstein story is more of like a tragedy, right? Of somebody trying to do the right thing, or it's a story about grief and not being able to let go. So you use your smarts up here of science to try to bring somebody back, and it just goes bad, and it creates a monster that's in and in itself a tragedy, right? Andrew Goji, Jason Momoa, Noah Centineo, and Roman Reigns in talks to conjure fireballs and punch cars for legendary Street Fighter. This movie got pushed. And Koji as Ryu I think that would be a good fit. But the only thing about Koji is that if you went with that, you would have to make Ryu older. And I think people would go for that, though. Who the heck would Noah Centineo play, though? Please don't make him Ken. Jason Momoa. Who would he be? Bison? Could you see Jason Momoa as Master Bison? Maybe, definitely not Guile. And Roman Reigns. Who's Roman Reigns? Yeah, I don't know who would he be. Wait, no, I don't know who the heck that would be. Jason Momoa in talks for Blanca. Okay, so he'd be Blanca. I don't know. He'd have to have the makeup on though. I don't know if that would work. Uh, yeah, but who would Roman Reigns be? I don't know. But yeah, you know who I would. You know who I would have as Bison because he's big. Olivier Richter's. Like right there from Reacher. Have him as M. Bison, because he'd be big. He doesn't have to act a whole lot other than being standing there and being angry, and then we know that he can do the action. That would be my pick for Bison. And Noah, I'm guessing that we would probably want is Ken, right? Although I don't see that. It's all about casting. And you got to get somebody, Chun-Li, you've got to cast right. You can't cast a twig for Chun-Li, which they did before in that horrible spin-off Legend of Chun-Li. And I like Kristen Crook, but Chun-Li, she's not. She's, like, the whole concept of Chun-Li was that the guy who designed her liked a full-figured woman. That's what we liked as the video game guys. Come on. And it's not, this is not a hard story to crack either. It's all about the brotherhood of Ken and Ryu. If you don't know, there's a series on YouTube called Street Fighter 2V, and the full series is online there. Let me see if I can find it here in my playlist. I've got it saved as a playlist, yeah. So Street Fighter 2V. Oh, they don't have the first one. Okay, so and then that first one is just when Ryu is on his little island in Japan, and he gets a note from Ken saying, "Come to America." And what happens is that they go on this world journey, finding other Street Fighters, and they run into Bison. They run into Guile. Guile's also really good in this series. And it's just them when they're younger. They're like only 17. And that's why I had my trepidations there about Andrew Koji or whatever, because he's a little bit older, right? And this series is where you learn how they learn about their ki and how they make the fireballs and everything like that. Really good stuff. Although they say that Ken is a redhead in this one. And not... There's Bison. Yeah. But good. I would love to do full live watch-alongs for this, because they're really short episodes. I think they're only like 19, 20-minute episodes after you cut out like the opening credits and ending credits. Like, it is good stuff. And if they can get that, because this series really works on the dynamic of Ken and Ryu as brothers, kind of, right? Good stuff. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to any kind of live action reboot to see what they can do with it. Hi, James. That's a pretty fair cast for Street Fighter. Andrew is great in Warrior, and Noah is good in The Recruit. We'll have to see. All right. Is that it? Momoa is Blanca, though. I don't know, though. Blanca is just such a weird character to put in. It's one that almost didn't really make sense. Okay. Fear Street prom queen clip brings a girl face to face with the killer. Well, do I want to get spoiled? I am looking forward to it. Comes out May 23rd, so tomorrow. Maybe on the weekend here we can do a full live reaction to this movie. I'm out of town on Saturday, and I don't know how much time I have on Sunday, and then I'm working on Monday. We'll try to figure it in somehow. Because I do like horror. Any comments? No comments. Fear Street this weekend, tomorrow, guys. Are you going to check it out? Prom. Reacher star Alan Richardson says new action thriller gets the perfect hype from co-star Jai Courtney. So, War Machine, starring Richardson and Jai Courtney. Okay, what's the movie about? consisting of Dennis Quaid. Cool. We just saw him in The Substance, right? Coming courtesy of Lionsgate and Netflix. It's going to be on Netflix. From the director of Hitman's Bodyguard. War Machine boasts the kind of high concept that action dreams are made of, with reports reveling the plot follows the final 24 hours of the world's toughest selection program as a team of Army Rangers encounter a threat beyond their imagination. A threat beyond their imagination, like a predator, maybe? I don't know. I'm hearing really great things. I think people are really excited about it. Well, I like Richardson. I'm kind of mid to okay with Jai Courtney. Yeah, we just watched Jai Courtney in that trailer for Dangerous Animals, that shark movie where he plays like a bad guy that feeds people to sharks. That one looks interesting. Huh. Have to keep our eye out for this Alan Richardson movie. We do like him too. He's got good stuff. Oh yeah, we should have tied this into that one. We had like a big 5-minute segment there about Adria. Good actor, and she's with Jason Momoa, who's going to be playing Blanca apparently. Yeah. Apparently Rogue One though is big on Disney Plus right now. The numbers have shot through the roof because of Andor. And I said we were going to do a full live reaction. We will still get to it, guys. Just fitting it into the weekly schedule. I got to get my car into the shop again. So it's kind of like, how much more time do I have to do all this stuff? I don't know. Not a whole lot, but at least I'm working on it. So, fan favorite Andor character might return in future Star Wars project. I don't know which one, though. Where would she show up? She can't show up in any of the late films because she would be like a 90-year-old woman. Yeah, I don't know how that would work. All right. I think that's all I've got in the can here. It's going over to my movies Reddit page. See if there's anything else here trending that we might have missed. I think Hot Fuzz is a perfect movie. What movie do you consider to be absolutely perfect? Absolutely perfect. Clue. Inception. Jaws. Even though some of the effects in Jaws look a little dated now, I still think it's a perfect movie. The Empire Strikes Back. Tom Cruise. Yeah, I'm seeing that in 2.5 hours, guys. Nicole Kidman has worked with 27 women directors in 8 years. She urges financial mentors to invest in unknown female filmmakers. Cool. New poster for Superman. One of Clark Kent and then one of him in his suit. But they're both suits, James. Yeah, I know. Titan, the Ocean Gate disaster. Now, that one I don't know if I really want to watch too, guys. I find it's a little too soon to watch a movie about what went wrong. We know what went wrong. Do we need to actually see how this thing crushed their bodies into oblivion? It just feels, because it's too soon, it lacks a little class. Anyway, first image of John C. Reilly is Buffalo Bill in Heads or Tails. Superman looks great, the Truth 31 says. Yes, it does. It looks absolutely great. Buffalo Bill, huh? Heads or Tails? John C. Reilly. Always good stuff, right? What are the pros and cons of movie trailers for shorter movies? I don't know. It depends on how well they're done. Space Jam star Michael Alamo dies age 86. Space Jam. Of course you block me. Well, rest in peace, sir. 10 years ago, Mad Max Fury Road showed up. No, I thought Mad Max was 2017. Was it 2015? Wow. How time flies. Kieran Culkin to play Caesar in Hunger Games Sunrise of the Reaping. Okay, cool. That cast is rounding out too, right? And Ray Fiennes is playing uh, Snow, the older Snow in that. Toy Story 5 casts Conan O'Brien. First image of Daphne Keene from Whistle. A misfit group of unwitting high school students stumble upon a cursed object in ancient Aztec death whistle. They discover that blowing the whistle and the terrifying sound it emits will summon their future deaths to hunt them down. Hey, you know what? I'm seeing Daphne Keene. I'm going to see her this fall at the Toronto Fan Expo. She's coming there. Hopefully she'll be on a panel because I want to hear her talk. Keep an eye out for Daphne Keene. She's got a lot of potential. Just like the way that who was that? Joey King kind of broke out of the mold, out of those younger crowds. She's got a lot of impact. Like even in like Deadpool and Wolverine, where she just shows up for like a small little part there, you are instantly like drawn into what she's saying and doing. A lot of charisma. Death Whistle, huh? Have to look into that one. I like horror movies. For sure. What's next? What's the most overlooked film of the year? Havoc from Netflix. Well, we haven't had that much of a year so far, have we? Most overlooked one? Like, where are we? We're in May. Clown in a Cornfield is really flown underneath the radar, guys. Don't sleep on that one. That one is good. Fight or Flight is also really good. And so is The Accountant 2. The Accountant 2 is awesome, man. Drop is also good. No, not Drop. What am I thinking of? The earlier, not Locked. Black Bag. Don't sleep on Black Bag. But yeah, I would say Accountant 2. Yeah, that's the most slept on one. Don't sleep on that one. You guys, you'll have a lot of fun watching that one. Bong Joon-ho's Mickey 17 sets May 23rd release date on Max. What's your I don't know what to watch, so I'll just watch this again movie? We just talked about a Clue. I don't know. I love Clue. Awesome movie. First image of Willem Dafoe in dark comedy The Souffleur. Souffleur? A longtime hotel manager who learns that the property has been sold and will be demolished. He slowly spirals into absurd paranoia and wages a personal war against the new owners. Okay. Billy Williams, Gandhi and On the Golden Pond. Cinematographer dies. 96. Rest in peace, sir. Guillermo del Toro, Frankenstein at Cannes. It's not a horror movie. Yeah, we went over that. The Roses. It's Benedict Cumberbatch, right? Olivia Colman. What is that? Kate McKinnon? Cool. The Johns that ruled the 80s. John McTiernan, John Landis. Yeah, those are two. John Carpenter, John Hughes. Huge. Christopher Nolan's Odyssey will be the first blockbuster shot entirely on IMAX. Well, that's his dream. He would, yeah, he would shoot everything on IMAX if he could. It's just so expensive. Which movie has the most accurate representation of spycraft? Well, definitely not Argyle, right? Actually, Black Bag was pretty solid. Black Bag. Because it went into the security of like going into secure buildings and stuff like that, and all the rigor that you have to go through, and how scrutinous they are of, are you taking something out? Are you taking something in? And it's just like, oh. Yoakum's Tear Sentimental Value. Elle Fanning to play Effie in... Cool! She's playing Effie Trinket, huh? That's cool. Played by Elizabeth Banks in the original, right? The older version of Effie. Where's Elizabeth Banks been? We like Elizabeth Banks here. I want to see her direct more too. 51 years old. Still stunning. Come on. Show me what she's got on the table. Skincare was the last thing. The Better Sister. Miniature Wife, Signal Hill, Dream Quill, Bedrock. So she's been working. She's got stuff coming up. And she's going to be directing the Greater Good TV movie. Interesting stuff. All right, guys. I think that's pretty much it for me today. I'm going to be trying out something new called... what was I going to call it? I was going to call it Unrelated Clips. Small little shorts. 15 to 20 second shorts of like 2 to 3 clips sandwiched together. It'll be called Unrelated Clips because they won't have any, like, they'll come from separate videos, but put together they will sort of make sense. And it'll be a way to maybe get more attention to the channel, maybe get more subscribers. And we'll see how that goes. And it's just going to be weird. Really weird. Yeah, that's the way I like it. All right, guys. Enjoy your weekend and enjoy the new Superman. I think it's going to be fantastic. Thumbs up. See you next time. Thank you for joining me. Bye for Our Glass Vikings and the Truth 31.